And joining me now in studio is Mr. Brian Altunian. He's the Chief Executive Officer of WOWIO, LLC. Brian, always good to see you.
Hey, Don. Good to be back.
Well, now, Brian, as well known as you are with the various companies you've been involved in and being on MoneyTV several times, I had a nice article about you in the LA Business Journal. Why don't you tell us about that?
We did. We got I happened to bring it, Tom.
Oh, geez, that's amazing.
Yeah, we got a great article. I'll show it only because it shows my mug there. So had a whole nice feature on the company and what we're doing in the ebook space and how we are, as a local LA-based company. Making some moves in a space that's getting a lot of attention, a lot of focus, and great article on us, and really helped to validate, really what we're trying to accomplish.
Now, this is basically the business equivalent of having your picture on the cover of Rolling Stone. So did you buy 5 copies for your mother?
Well, I think we're in the double digits now of copies that we bought. Yeah, it's fun. It was a fun article, but more importantly, it was a really good article. I mean, it was again, it wasn't just obviously I'm proud of the fact that to put my picture on it. But more importantly, the idea that they looked at the business model. They talked to advertisers who were looking at this space. They talked to the corporate sponsors. They looked at other companies that are in the space, and so it was a really good expose on what we're trying to accomplish in the ebook space.
Well, I've been fascinated by this tremendously rapid evolution of the ebook space because, of course, we had the Kindle a few years ago come out, and now, of course, the iPad is coming out in April, and that's, I guess, is going to just leapfrog the development into other stratospheric levels. Yeah. So where ebook was a great idea 4 or 5 years ago, now all of a sudden this has become a serious industry.
Yeah, without a doubt. And so and where the industry is also evolving is it's moving from where the internet and devices are becoming kind of like a digital storefront. Mm-hmm. It's moving away from that now and into how books as a form of material of content leads to all these other media and other really other content exploitation. Mm-hmm. So, what we're seeing now is, especially with ours, we have a very large library of comic books and graphic novels, of course, coincidentally, on WOWIO. And so, flash animation that's been done and shorts that have been done and, more about, a lot of information that you can't get when you go buy a comic book in a comic book store. That's all now part of what the reader gets when they download a book online. And so the iPad's going to be another one of those things where you're going to see, how movies come from the source material and how television was evolved. And now, so that material is not just a digital copy of a book anymore. It's really it's the start of a much more enriched experience for the reader.
It's interesting because, there have been several kids' cartoons having young children. We know about this, and fantasy movies where the kid jumps into the book, and the book becomes a life of its own. Yeah. And this is almost really happening in real life with ebooks.
Absolutely. That is the experience. And that's the experience that we at WOWIO are trying to get across. We're not just a digital storefront. It is exactly that, Don. It's about how do you jump into that experience and make that book be just really the beginning of the interaction between the reader and that content and how deep you can go and how wide you can go.
When you think of these things, it's an amazing time to be alive, and it's an amazing time to be in the industry that you're in.
Yeah, we're really excited, and I think being in LA and connected to the Hollywood community, I think that communications with studios and content creators and content developers, we're really an extension. I think you're going to see where our growth is going to move into is about that, growing that content into a much more media rich environment, and have that be a great experience for the consumer and the readers.
Well, I saw Brian Altunian referred to in a publication as a serial entrepreneur, and I really like that term. And it really fits what it is you're all about as an individual. But it's been amazing to watch the various growth of the companies you've been involved in. If people want to know more information about WOWIO, where's the best place to go? To website?
The website, for sure, www.wowio.com. There's how you can get a hold of us, and we'll talk more, here on MoneyTV about other projects that we're involved in. WOWIO is a piece of a business incubator company that we have created, and so we'll be sharing more of that information with the audience here soon, and there'll be ways to get a hold of us and for folks to participate in those early stage companies as well.
Once again, WOWIO LLC. For more information, please visit their website, wowio.com. Brian, always a pleasure.
Thanks, Don. It's always good to be here.